Hello everybody, my name's Dave, thanks for joining me, and today we're going to look at the Jackaroo. We're going to look at the front, but unfortunately the batteries are flat. So I'm having to charge them up first if I can move the car up into the garage so I can work on the front running gear. That's what we're going to do today. I printed out a number of parts of the manual. Here I've got steering linkages. This is a different part that can go over there. So I've got steering linkage section. I've got a general description, a short course wheel alignment, which I might do a video on, and the stabilizer bar section, which is quite long. So I've got all these sections here and I'm just going to work on those. So as soon as I get the car up on the drive, I'll bring you back again. Hi everybody, sorry about that. I managed to get the car going and I've got the car up and on the jack. I can't find anything causing a knock, which is a bit of a worry. It's not the CV joint because that's not engaged. It could be the wheel bearing, I suppose. I should try tightening that up. Okay, let's do that. We need two things for this, and one of them is a pull-off gauge. I've got a wheel alignment gauge somewhere, but I can't find it. I don't know what I've done with it. I've never used it before, so it could be anywhere. Could be up here. I'll need to find it, but I don't know what I've done with it this time. Anyway, we'll need this pull-off scale to get the wheel bearings correct. So let's find a wheel bearing piece of paper. Differential front, differential seal, 3 oil seal, 2 flange, 4 outer bearing. Might do the outer bearing as well. Well, it hasn't had a lot of use, has it? Wheel bearing. Let's take this all off. We'll get all that out of the way and then start from there. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm taking off the manual hub lock. Well, if I did it to undo, I would. To get to the inner one. Now we need to remove the inner one. H10 maybe? Too big. Probably about H6. H6, H7. H7 is too small. It must be H8. H8 looks used. That's the ticket. Right, put this onto the lowest setting. Nice setting then. One more to go. And that should come off. I got a spring clip in there. What I'm currently trying to do is get the spring clip off. I don't know if there's any holes in it or not. There is. But I can't get them in. There we are, I can see them now. See, one of the problems with these tools, circlip pliers today, is that they've lost the way they were made. Probably due to the cheap Chinese copies. You see, on the circlip pliers, those little ends there are supposed to be tapered outwards. So like this. So you would have it like that. So then when you grab it, it pushes it on further. But they've not, they're parallel now. So they've lost that as well. Now I'm going to find my other circlip pliers. I'm not open far enough. Something will open a bit wider. Maybe those. Maybe. Won't open far enough. Not much use for these wider opening ones. Now I've got them. What about them? They might do it. We'll give these a try. There we are. One circlip off. Removed. These will now come off. And now this will come off. You can see what the problem is. Right. Undo that screw and tighten up the wheel bearing. Crosshead screw. Right, so we use this now. This tightens up the wheel bearing and it's loose. I'll take it off and see if there's enough lubricant on the bearings. Hope they're not dry. They shouldn't be. I mean, I didn't put them in dry, so well, you never know. Well, they're not dry, but they've seen better days. We'll run this through the parts washer, I think, and that, and maybe these, and put some fresh grease in them. Okay, run these through the parts washer, and then it has little 3 nut screws. Right, let's do these wheel bearings. Let's grab them first. So what I've been and just done is I've just been and printed off this wheel bearing guide from the manual, and it gives me in here the pull off for a used bearing and new oil seal bearing preload. Starting to rain, by the way, just as well I brought the car inside because I've got the other side to do yet. 1.2 to 1.8 kilograms. So you power on your scale, you make sure it's in kilograms, and then you hook it onto the top thing like that, and then you pull this, and as soon as it starts moving, that's not bad. So what we'll do is we'll see if we can line it up at that and then put it on. So what you have to do now is when you've got that set, you've got to get this lined up so that 3 of the holes will line up and you can screw the screws in. Well, that's not it there. There's a magnet on it. That's not far off, but it's not close enough. So I may have to just tap it on a little bit to get that to line up. Just a touch. That'll do it. Just a bit far, but it'll do. This screw is a bit chewed up. Like they've cut a slot in it to make it so it's good to go again. Right, now to put this back on. stick it here in that. There's obviously a leak somewhere. High temperature wheel bearing grease. Is it getting through here even? No. Doesn't look like it, does it? See if I've got some more. Yeah, I have. I think I've got some. I don't know where they are, but I think I've got some. Oh, that could be there. Slightly bigger. 8 mil.